Welcome to the world of coins, the channel where we explore the mysteries, hidden truths, and real values of the world's most fascinating and historical coins. And today we dive deep into the story of the British D.G. Reg. FD 1971 Elizabeth II New Pence 2 coin, a coin that is not only a piece of currency but also a symbol of one of the most significant reforms in British monetary history known as decimalization. And to understand the full value and history of this coin, we must travel back to 1971, a year often remembered as Decimal Day, because before that Britain had used a very old and complicated currency system based on pounds, shillings, and pence, where 12 pence equaled a shilling and 20 shillings made a pound, making calculations, trade, and accounting extremely confusing, especially in the modern economic environment. So on the 10th of February 1971, the United Kingdom officially adopted a new decimal currency system where 100 new pence equaled 1 pound, aligning the nation with the simpler and more universal systems already in use by many countries. And the introduction of the new coins marked a new era in British history. And among them, the 2 new pence coin stood out both for its design and for its symbolic connection to the monarchy and the cultural heritage of Britain. On the obverse side of the coin, we see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the famous sculptor Arnold Machen, a design that became iconic and was used on many British coins for decades, showing the young queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, surrounded by the inscription, Elizabeth II D.G. Reg. FD 1971, where D.G. Reg. FD is a Latin abbreviation for Dei Gratia Regina Fidei Defensor, meaning by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith, words that not only emphasize the Queen's role as monarch but also her title as the Supreme Defender of the Church of England, a title that carries both religious and constitutional significance. While on the reverse side, designed by Christopher Ironside, we find the badge of the Prince of Wales, which features a plume of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet with a ribbon, bearing the German motto Ich diene, meaning I serve, a symbol that has been associated with the Prince of Wales for centuries and reflects loyalty, service, and duty, making this coin a true embodiment of both monarchy and history. Now, in terms of minting, the 1971 issue of the 2 new pence coin was the very first decimal series issued for circulation, and millions of these coins were produced to ensure smooth transition into the new system, which means that for everyday circulation they are relatively common, but their historical importance makes them highly collectible, especially among those who want to preserve a complete decimal set. Circulated coins today generally hold a modest monetary value of between 20 cents to $1, but uncirculated or proof coins can be worth $5 to $15 depending on grade. A piece of Britain's journey from the complexities of pre-decimal currency into the modern decimal world. And it is also worth noting that the wording new pence itself only appeared on British coins from 1971 until 1981, after which the wording was changed to simply 2 pence, making the new pence inscription coins even more distinctive as reminders of the reminders of the decimalization era. Numismatically speaking, the coin is important because it illustrates how currency reforms are not only economic decisions, but cultural ones, affecting art, symbolism, and public perception, and collectors often seek to own this 1971 piece as the foundation stone of the decimal era. The use of Latin inscriptions such as D.G. Reg. FD also connects the coin back to centuries of royal coinage traditions, showing continuity even amid change. Furthermore, the reverse design ties the coin to the long lineage of the Prince of Wales, linking currency to monarchy in a way that few other nations do. And if we analyze the broader history, This coin reflects the balance between tradition and modernization that defined Britain in the second half of the 20th century. On one hand, the adoption of decimal currency was a radical break from centuries of financial tradition, but on the other hand, the preservation of royal imagery, Latin mottos, and heraldic designs on the coin emphasized continuity and heritage, and that is why collectors and historians value it not only as money, but as a document of culture, politics, and identity. From a design perspective, Arnold Machin's portrait of Elizabeth II became one of the most reproduced images of the Queen in history, appearing on billions of coins across the Commonwealth, and its elegance and simplicity are often praised for capturing the Queen's dignity, while Christopher Ironside's reverse became a model of heraldic clarity, communicating royal symbolism in a compact coin design. When we consider condition and grading systems, coins from 1971 in average circulated condition may seem common, but those preserved in mint state or proof sets can be much more valuable, especially for collectors who aim to build complete decimal year sets or type sets. And the fact that these coins were widely hoarded in 1971 by people who wanted to keep a memory of decimal day means that many examples survive today in relatively good condition, and yet despite their availability, the demand remains steady because new generations of collectors continue to discover the story of decimalization, and this story makes the new pence coin an ideal entry point for beginners in numismatics, while for advanced collectors it remains a cornerstone in British decimal history. Beyond Britain, the coin also attracts interest internationally, as many coin enthusiasts across the world study decimalization as a model of currency reform, making the 1971 Elizabeth II new pence coin not only a national but a global talking point in coin collecting people. And if you are lucky enough to find one in pristine condition or as part of an original 1971 proof set, you are holding something that will always have a place in numismatic collections. Because while millions exist, the historical context of decimal day, the royal symbolism, and the blend of tradition and modernity make this coin a timeless piece. And to conclude, although the financial value of the 1971 Elizabeth II new pence 2 coin might seem modest, its numismatic value is priceless, for it marks the beginning of a new chapter in British currency history and ensures that every collector who owns it becomes part of that story, preserving a small but powerful symbol of change for generations to come.